Welcome, I'm David.
I'm Lindsay,
And this is Desmonds
Donders.
Hello, and welcome to this week's Wednesday Waffle. Well, we've been away for a while, not had a waffle, but here we are, back again. The weather was good for us while we were away, mostly. It was bitterly cold sometimes, windy sometimes, and raining sometimes. But luckily, not all three together. What else am I going to talk about today? Well, I have been asked a couple of questions, so I'm going to answer those. Why am I not always wearing my glasses is one of them. Well, that's because they're varifocals. I've had them for years, but apparently if you're short-sighted, as you get older, your sight gets longer again. And it seems to be the case. I can see quite clearly without them for about 6 feet. And anything outside that, I'm not really bothered about, well, except when I'm driving, of course, and birding. I need my glasses for that. But it's a simple answer, nothing suspicious or anything behind it. I'm getting older, and lo and behold, my sight's getting better. It's going to take a long time though. I was 16 when it started getting worse. Anyway, that's enough of that. The real subject of the day was another question. Why, as a birder, am I not a member of the RSPB, the BTO, or the SOC? Now, for those that don't know, the RSPB is the Royal Society for Protection of Birds. The BTO is the British Trust for Ornithologists. And the SOC is the Scottish Ornithologists. Yes, it's three largest groups responsible for protecting birds, etc. And there's a couple of reasons for this one. One, you'll have heard me moaning about already. Sorry about the movement of the camera, the carpet seems to be moving. One you'll have heard me moan about, and the other one, maybe not. But I've been birding for too many years. 56, shall we say, given me starting when I was 8. I say starting when I was 8 because I know at that time I had my Observer's Book of Birds, and for my 11 plus exam I got a shiny new proper bird book. It was great. So I'm going for 8, but possibly earlier. So it could be even more. Where am I? Yes. And I can identify and know how, if I can't identify on the spot, know how to go about identifying. Anyway, I identified a bird, a duck as it were, a gadwall, outside its normal breeding range. Now, it was a sole male. It could have just been passing through. It could have been a single male who couldn't get a check where he was. Who knows? But whatever, he wasn't where he was supposed to be. So none of those three societies, the RSPB included, would accept it as a sighting. It was a maybe sighting in the SOC journal. Didn't make anything in the BTO and nothing with the RSPB. Anyway, a few months later, somebody else had put in a sighting of a gadwall in that same area, and it was accepted. Oh dear. Anyway, that's not the main reason. It's just one reason. There's been a couple of instances like that where, because I don't know why perhaps I don't put in enough sightings. Don't put in any name. Anyway, the main reason is that I'm not a member of the RSPB. It's the proliferation of a certain device at many of their sites, which excludes me from going to see them. One such device is along at Strathbeg, which makes it impossible for me to go and see the birds in the 2 hides out of 3. That's, you know, just one place. But when we were down in England, not the trip before, we didn't bother with any going to try any bird places, yeah, from the point of view of RSPB hides, etc. We went to on the previous trip down south, and place after place had height barriers. Well, what's the point of me being a member of a place I can't get to, was my view. The people at Strathbeg said they would look into it, but they don't own the road into and out of the site, and apparently the owner wanted to control access. Well, he's controlled me for access and controlled me right out of the picture. But I know that because I looked into it. The RSPB, despite saying they would, have never got back to me. So that's it. That is the main reason why I don't contribute to the RSPB. There are others. I don't like their politics. I don't like things they get involved with that may be protecting birds in other places, but we need to make sure our own are all right first. Another one, apocryphal of course. Lindsay and I were listening to the RSPB on, it must have been Radio 5 Live or something at the time, and there they were talking about a crisis in the world of curlews, and we're passing a field which there must have been, or fields 3, there must have been 100,000 plus in each field that we were driving past. It was just... But there you go. And I don't like the way they do their counting these days. It's, to my mind, it distorts the numbers. The BTO are guilty of the same thing. I won't go into it here, but it's basically it's when you can count effectively the same bird twice, which makes no sense to me at all. And they're extrapolating on the great bird count. The last time I took part, you had to put in the greatest group, so you might have seen 60 different birds, 60 different starlings, shall we say, but because the biggest group of them was 6, you could only record 6. Yeah, okay. Perhaps I shouldn't have picked starlings, but it's all sorts of little things. But the main thing is they've stopped me accessing sites when we're away on holiday, which is the main time I use places like that. I'm not going to say too much about my local site, but I don't think it'll get a height barrier because the access road is a farm road, and I can't see the farmer allowing it. All I can see is the farmer ploughing it down, to be honest. But that's one site which is only half run by the RSPB. It's yeah. Anyway, where was I? That's really it. That was the thing. I think I've answered both the questions. So here's one for you. I've got a conspiracy. Just want to read it at the moment. I haven't brought my... Right. We have forecast 16 degrees today. Sorry. 13 degrees. Currently it's only 9, according to my temperature. Now, I didn't bring my phone, but when I did leave, I was going to show them both together. The temperature reading for this exact time when I came out was 11 degrees. Now, call me a conspirator, call me a crazy conspiracy theory nut, but all the way since Christmas, our temperature has been 2 degrees-ish below what the Met Office temperature is for that place and time. Now mine is in under the van, sheltered from wind, direct sunshine, all the good things that it's supposed to be to get an accurate temperature. So either I'm out 2 degrees or the Met Office is out 2 degrees. I'll be keeping an eye on that. Find some way of calibrating my thermometer. There's the rain on, so before it's on too hard, I'm going back inside and you can hopefully stay and watch some drone footage. See you next time. Thank you for watching Desmonds Donders. And whatever you're doing in the countryside, please take nothing but memories and leave nothing but tracks. Please subscribe and ring that bell to be notified of our future videos.